Hello everyone, welcome to CodeChef. Myself Jwala Chaurasia, and today we are going to solve the problem which came into Starters 194. And the problem code is BAKECAKE3, and the name of the problem is Chef Bakes Cake 3. The difficulty rating of the problem is Cakewalk, and the prerequisite is ad hoc. Let's start with reading the problem statement over here. So guys, problem says chef is an expert baker. Each cake cost him 30 coins to make, and then he sells each for 50 coins. Chef is going to sell cake for n days, number 1 to n. On the ith day, AO5 customer will visit Chef's shop and buy exactly one cake each. If Chef has any cake available, that is. However, Chef preparing in uniformity will always produce the same number of cakes at the start of every day, say X. Because cake becomes stale fast, he cannot keep the current day cake for the next day. And you want to decide this non-negative integer x in such a way that it maximizes chef's profit over all n days. Input format, the first line of input will contain a single integer t denoting the number of test cases. Each test case consists of multiple lines of input. The first line each test case contains a single integer n, the number of days. The second line contains n integer a1, a2 till a of n. Output format for each test case output on a new line. The maximum profit possible if we suitably decide the integer x. Constraint for t lies from 1 to 100, for n lies from 1 to 100, for a of I lies from 1 to 100. So guys, now let's understand the sample test case in the question more precisely over here. So guys, this question is pretty much straightforward. Yeah. So it says that chef is an expert baker and each cake cost him 30 coins to make, and then he sells each for 50 coins. Okay, 30 to make and selling 50 for each. So chef is going to sell cake for n days from 1 to n, and on the ith day a of I customers will visit chef's shop and buy exactly one cake each. If chef has any cake available, that is. Okay, so however, chef preparing uniformity will always produce the same number of cakes at the start of the everyday, say x. Because cake becomes stale fast, he cannot keep the current day cake for the next day. They want to decide this non-negative integer x in such a way that it maximizes chef's profit overall n days. Yeah. So basically, so if the question is pretty simple, guys. So it says that chef want to sell the cake for n days, and a of I customers will visit chef's shop, and exactly all of them for the a of, for that a of ith day will buy one cake, right? So chef want to make a uniformity while producing the same number of cakes at the start of every day. Let's say x, yeah, x. So you have to decide this x. What should be this x, so that chef's profit is maximized. He cannot make the next day's cake today itself because, as you know, that cake stales fast, right? So we have to decide this x. What could be this x? And you remember our constraints were till 100. Okay, so we can go for brute force for this. So now let's take one of the test cases. So in the test cases, this one, we've got three, and yeah, and let's say a of I customers. Let's say for each day, how many? One, one, one. So every day one customer. So let's say chef chooses x equal to 1. That is, he makes one cake every day, right? So everyone, there is only one for every day, right? So each day, exactly one customer will come to the chef shop, and he is able to sell the one cake he made. So his total cost would be 30 times of 3, which is 90 coins, and the total he will get would be 50 times of 3, right? The cost is this much, the selling is this much. Okay, this is the cost. So it is 150. The total profit would be what? It would be 150 minus 90, which is 60. So this could be the maximum, right? The output is simple, 60. Now let's take one more test case, guys. Yeah. In the other test case, this one, we have got 3 and neo 5 are got 2, 2, 1. So let's say if chef chooses x equal to 1. So he would get 60 coins profit, right? Right. So let's say if chef chooses x equal to 2, he is able to sell how many? Able to sell how many? This is 2 and 2 and 1. So that is 2 plus 2 plus 1, which is 5 cakes. That is for how many? That is for 250 coins. While this will cost him 180 coins, right? So Does here chef has a profit of how much? The chef has a profit of, right, 70 coins, right? 250 minus 188 would be 70. So this could be the maximum. So as you can see over here, output is simply 70. So simple brute forcing, guys, we will try for each and every x till 100, right? It could be very small, okay? So now let's move toward the simple solution. So we have to do uniform baking, right? So chef must choose a fixed number x of cakes to bake each day, right? So we will simulate the sales. So for each possible x from 0 to max customers, we will compute how many cakes he can sell each day. That is by doing minimum of x comma a of I. And then we will calculate the profit. The profit would be what? First, we will get the total revenue. The total revenue would be cake sold into 50, and the total cost would be cake baked into 30, and the profit would be revenue minus cost. So for till each x, we will try to get the highest total profit, and that would be our answer. So guys, I think the solution is pretty much simpler and easier to understand. Now let's move toward the simple C++ code. So guys, this is my simple C++ code. Yeah, I took the input for all the test cases as well as the number of days and the customers on day of I over here in an array. I will initialize a variable to find max number of customers on any day. Yeah. And over here in this for loop, while taking the input for A of I will also update this max with the max customer count, right, throughout that array. I will initialize this max profit to some smaller number, yeah, right now, and we will try all possible x values from 0 to max of a, the max of a which we calculated over here, right? I am running a for loop. In this revenue, I initialize as 0. In this cost, I am getting total cost to making x cakes for n days, and over here, I am getting the revenue. And at the last, I am simply getting the profit, that would be revenue minus cost, and at the last, I will simply get the maximum profit till x for from 0 to max of a. Yeah. And at the last, I'm simply printing my maximum profit. And as you can see that, guys, I have got my C++ code right. Now let's move toward the Python code. So guys, this is my simple Python code. I took the input for all the test cases over here, and I took the input for customers for on each day. In this max a, I have initialized max number of customers on any day from this array, and initializing this max profit to some smaller variable, yeah, smaller number basically. I'm running a for loop from 0 to max of a, which we calculated over here while taking input, and we will try all possible values of cakes per day. Initializing a revenue variable equal to 0, and this cost, I will get the total cost, and over here I'm get the total revenue, that is sell only as many cakes as customers. In this profit, I will store the revenue minus cost, that would be my profit, and this max profit, I will get the total max from 0 to max of a. Yeah, that would be a maximum best profit. Okay, and at the last, I'm simply printing the max profit. And as you can see that, guys, I have got my Python code right. So guys, I think the solution, the code and the approach was pretty much simpler and clear. Now let's meet in the next video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching our videos.